We would like to welcome you to the Source Energy Collective YouTube channel. This is a collective space for tarot and intuitive insight, investigative conversations, roundtable discussions, and meditations. So without further ado, let's move into today's conversation. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Source Energy Collective. I'm so glad you're here with us. It's just me today, and this topic is about mind control. It's about how they are able to affect the behaviors of others using various methods. So, I have been trying to figure out a way to bring this topic out. It has been calling to me a lot, and I'm getting goosebumps. It is something that we need to be careful about how we talk about it. So in this video, I may be talking in a roundabout way. I'll try to be as specific so you guys can figure out what I am talking about. So the first thing that's coming up is chemtrails. So I know in the past I have said that chemtrails have, yes, been nefarious in the way of weather manipulation and in the way of harming people in a lot of different ways. And mind control is kind of coming up on that as well. However, I also saw through the cards and through my intuitive downloads that it has been taken over. So it has, the nefarious part has been taken, and it is now used for good, right? It is now imbuing good frequencies onto people. So Bree and I actually got together a couple days ago, and we wanted just to confirm what we were getting, just to make sure, because with tarot, there's different timelines that we can be on. There is like you can be on. There's different parts of the world you can be on, and we just wanted to get the temperature of the momentum of the chemtrails. And what we had gotten was that a confirmation that yes, they have been taken over. We also got the confirmation that not all of them have gotten taken over. And we also asked, why is it that if the nefarious, like I was watching a reel from RFK Jr., and somebody had asked him a question. And usually, when the government gets asked about chemtrails, they say it's a conspiracy theory. But now, with all the studies and all with the testing of the snow and the fake snow, and then people have tested it and found all this hard metal in the snow and that it's burning differently. We also did a spread around that, a video. I don't know if it was Brie or us that did a spread, but go look at both of our channels and find that one. It's very interesting. So yeah, RFK was asked about this. He didn't say that it was a conspiracy theory. He did say that they are aware. So there it is for people who think it's a conspiracy theory. The government is actually talking about it now, that they are aware of it happening, that it is not them, and they have a team of people that are looking into it. Now, when I say the chemtrails have been taken over by the good forces, the white hats, the gray hats, whatever you want to call them, and have been used to help humanity instead of harm humanity, that was confirmed in the cards. We also asked, sorry, I just went on a little bit of a tangent. I went on a roundabout. We also asked, why is it that the nefarious can do these things and not get the consequences of it? So what came out in the cards was very interesting. Oh my goodness. So a lot of page cards came out. We constantly both got the same energy. And so the page cards came out. So that's kids, right? And then all this stuff about like the darker side of the Epstein files, you know what I'm talking about, right? I think I can talk about adrenochrome because it's in the files and it's in government documents. So the reason that they continue to poison the earth, poison the collective, is because they have the antidote. And the page cards came up. So you guys can make your own connections with that, right? So I just wanted to start this video off and just, we did get confirmation, me and Bree together, but I'm just going to do a confirmation for you guys right now. And just kind of let's see, because really, honestly, like when we're doing predictions with tarot, first of all, it takes a really long time. Time does not exist, right? So we don't know what, when, how to for it to happen. Like time can be months from now, years from now. And second of all, there's different like timelines that you can be on. So when I'm taking the read right now, I'm taking the read on this timeline. Something can happen tomorrow and bump us onto a different timeline. And that's why predictions sometimes don't come out. But I do feel so strongly, along with the earth and along with the earth movements have been taken down, the weather manipulations have been taken down, softened in a way. Oh my God, the cards really want to go. Okay, we have to listen. All right, so Sora, can you talk to me about the chemtrails right now? Are they still harming humanity? Have they actually been taken over by the White House, the good forces, away from harming people around the globe? I'm gonna ask around the globe. Around the globe. Also, another thing is I have seen chemtrails. I'm not saying that they're not around, right? Like, but I have seen them in the sky and I have my pendulum in my car. So I will connect with them and intuitively connect and intentionally and energetically connect and take a reading on them. I don't have my dowsing charts with me in the car. I guess I should put them in the car. Um, but they're not harmful. It's the ones that I've tested. Let's see what the cards say. Yep. Oh, still nefarious. Yep. Yep. This is interesting. This is exactly the same energy that we got. All right. So this is the Three of Cups. So I read intuitively and also with the symbols, right? And I also read with the meanings of the cards. But sometimes my the intuitive downloads that come in as the cards come up, I pretty much read like that. It doesn't talk about the regular traditional ways that the cards are read. So this card to me is like the those are the white hats, those are the galactics. They are helping. This is the past. This is confirmation that it has been turned over. This is also confirmation that there is still some nefarious ones. This is in the present. This is the Seven of Swords. Do you see how sneaky he is? Right? My attention is getting drawn to the swords that he's carrying. They're not in the ground and around his environment anymore. So it's like the nefarious agendas, the programs, the thoughts, the words that they're trying to imbue into the collective are not working anymore. So he's picking them up and look at the swords on the bottom. They have fallen over. They're not stuck in the ground, right? He's picking them up. He's protecting them. He's carrying them. So what they have been doing in the past, um, in the way of making people believe, in the way of putting the fog over people is not working anymore. Also, the thing about the snow, right? All these chemtrails, all these nefarious agendas, poisoning the food, poisoning the water, has been done for many, many years. So we do still have to deal with the effects of it, right? So when we're taking microscopic tests on snow, it is on water and soil, it is still going to show the metals because it has been going on for so long. So that is in the present. That is my reading for the present. But look what's challenging it. It is the sun, right? And one thing that came up in my last projected awareness journey down to inner earth was I got a strong message to work with the water, to code the water, to use your divine power inside yourself, inside your soul, to code and heal the water, and to add a code in there saying, I did this yesterday, saying that, imbuing it with all the frequencies and the codes I wanted to imbue it with. But then also adding something that as this water spreads out and touches other things, other structures, other water, other soil, everything it touches, these codes will transmit into that structure, and so on and so on and so on. Do you see? And that works with the interconnectedness of everything. So the sun is also doing its work around it. And that is a whole agenda of blocking out the sun. Now, I don't see that happening. And I would like to take a read on that too. I believe that we did do something on that, but let's do an update on that. So the sun is not only clearing, it's challenging the nefarious present, right? Carrying the swords, protecting it, and like waking, not waking, but like taking away the fog over the collective, right? So a lot of things, interesting things came up when we were hanging out a couple nights ago. They are not in a place of power, you guys, like at all, at all. They're trying to switch their agendas and stuff like that. So I think Bree's going to put out a video on this more in depth, or we're going to collab around it. But just briefly, her daughter came up and was like, "Hey, mom, did you know that on the 28th, which is the date of all the there's like so many planets aligned on that day, which is weird. But on the 28th, they're going to have gravity is going to be no more." Now that's on TikTok, right? So we pull cards on that. And what came through was that they are in a place of despair. The things that they are working on, in the fact of, I don't have a card for that, but I did talk about it, in the fact of trying to put fear in the collective, into us, the older generation, into taking our power of manifestation over by fear, by controlled agendas, right? That's not working. So now what they're doing is they're going towards the kids through TikTok, through all these things, through the channels that the children are going through, are listening to, right? Because the things that they are doing for us, all these like, you know, the agendas, I don't have to say them. It's not, people aren't grabbing onto them as we used to. So they're flipping, which shows us that they are not in a place of power, right? So this is in the near future, it's the justice. And this is about chemtrails, right? So the justice is coming out. I mean, it's no longer a conspiracy theory. It is a known fact. I mean, with the snow, with the food being weird, the food, there's more to the food than just like the poisoning of our air and our waters. Um, all of it's coming out, you know? A lot of the conspiracy theories that were people were made fun of, people were ostracized about, the government is talking about. There has been evidence of it. The thing about the shots, 2020, right? People were saying that these are really, really bad for you. They're not healthy. And there has been, like, the Pfizer docs were released and there's sperm blocker in there. Um, Doctors are speaking out now and not being like canceled. So yeah, just all you got to do is just take a look. And you know, we also call that MSM is um, telling the truth. And I feel like it's really right now, it's not that they want to, it's because they have to, right? It's being brought out into the public. So it's on there talking about aliens, right? Um, and it's on the news. It's not only on YouTube and alternate channels, it's on the news as well. This is the King of Cups in the future. What is that talking to me? I feel like this is the leadership. there's a leadership, a new leadership coming in that is going to step away from the fire and the war, and it's going to be more concentrated on the emotional stability of the collective, the nervous system, the also healing the waters. This is also talking to me about healing the waters. But it's coming through really clearly as a new kind of leadership coming through, right? Because the leadership right now, I mean, like they have to be all fire because there's a lot of things that have to be cleaned out. Maybe it's that same leadership that's going to switch into, now that the things have been cleaned out, into more of a let's balance everything now that everything's been cleaned up. Now it's time for cleanup of the structures, clean up and bring it all in more aligned with like the heart. And yeah, okay, that wasn't about chemtrails. Let's say about the chemtrails. So it was about chemtrails, so more aligned with the heart. So bringing in more structure. Again, it's the confirmation that the chemtrails have been changed over. It's a new regime. Oh my God, right? Like it's a new regime being more aligned with the heart, being more aligned with the highest good of humanity. If I put this card in relation to the topic of the reading, that's what it says to me. And look at what the outcome is. Yeah. So the outcome is all of it will be turned over, right? Let's ask and see if there, well, I guess it did say the nefarious is still around. All right. What else were we talking about? Mind control. All right, here's the tricky part. So the tricky part is that I have been seeing all these different things. Like there was a mass shooting in BC at Tumbler Ridge. And not only that, there was the Charlie Kirk murder. Ooh, unaliving, the Charlie Kirk unaliving. Ridiculous. And what else? There has been many different things. Somebody stabbed their small children. I think they were like 7. Don't quote me on that, but look it up. In the neck. I did look it up on ChatGPT just with that search. And all of them have something in common, right? We'll just say it like that. They have something in common. They are on some crazy, either they are around the environment where they know people, close people that are taking a lot of medication, a lot of heavy medication, right? In order for a certain thing to happen. Or it's themselves, the shooters themselves, that are taking this crazy heavy duty medication for a transformational situation to happen. So I wanted to see is what is happening with that medication, because I feel like they're being weaponized, right? And I feel so bad for them because they were just wanting to go with something that their heart wanted, that their soul was calling out, that they bought into the controlled agenda, the controlled media agenda, and they fell into the trap. And then they got weaponized, and their life just, they're different, you know? So I wanted Spirit to tell me anything around that. Let's just ask that question and then more zoom into it a little bit more after that. Spirit, can you tell me anything about the situation I was just talking about? All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So in the past, it got the tower, something being destructive to bring on something new, right? along the lines of all this stuff, it's that their mind was being destructed to bring on something new, using the medication, using the MSM, using all these different forms of mind control to destroy their sovereignty, to destroy their trust within themselves, to fracture their soul, to fracture their heart, as Bree says. Wow. Another thing is with the fracturing the heart brings, and this is from Bree, is the step towards transhumanism. That makes so much sense. Fracturing the heart, right, was the first step. Fracturing the soul, something needs to be destroyed. So this is the next one. It's the Five of Pentacles. How did they destroy? Is to put people into this place where they think they're small. They think that they need to be different, that they're not like perfect in the way that the divine has made them. God has made them, right? So then that puts them in for being able to be opened up to this mind control, to be taking this like medication, to be taking all this stuff from big pharma. No, it's not just big pharma. It's not just medication. It's all the counseling. It's all the everything. It's a talk therapy. If you're gonna fucking do talk therapy, you're only energizing what you're talking about. So it is like it gets you stuck in there. The whole and take it from me. I did that for like 20 plus years, right? And it never got better. So the only thing that has taken it right away is the energetic healing that we're bringing out to the public that our teacher taught us. And now we're teaching you, not teaching you, but showing you, offering it to you as services. Check out our website. Check out our channel. We have a playlist there that's free and it walks you through the process. So that is the present. And then it brings them after they fracture their heart with all of this MSM and medication, and then put them in this place of lack and neediness. Then they bring them through the portal. Oh my God, you guys. And it's not a good portal. It's like the nasty portal. So they're physically, not physically, but energetically, they're in a different kind of a veil, I guess you could call it, because it's not only these people that have that thing in common, it is also the general public that also have something different in common. And they're going like they scream at people, they have this shrill voice, they get into people's business. There is something wrong, right? And again, I feel so sorry for them because they're not using they don't see that they're being weaponized, right? They don't see that they're being manipulated first and then weaponized. So this is in the near future. So there's so much different things going on right now. There's like the Epstein file release. There's like these mass shootings. There's too much going on for people to go within to see this truth, to focus on one thing, right? Like people don't know that America is sending like a huge amount of warships over to IR or IS, right? So there's hugeness going on right now. But we're all being so distracted. Do you see all those cups with all these different things? All those cups also represent all these different emotions. The Seven of Cups is going within to balance all these different emotions to come into your calm centered state. That is the message of our channel. So it's like this is according to the mind control, right? That is how they also do it. That is how they also do it. To get us away from our soul, our connection to the soul is to give us all of these different fucking crazy shit to concentrate on, to see, because we're so addicted to the drama. We cannot keep ourselves awake. We can if we want to. It just takes this change of habit, right? Getting off your phone, getting off the things, looking around, being in the present, being in the now. So this is what they did to the people that have that big thing in common for the big transformation, right? So after they fracture their heart and they walk through the portal, then it's just like a big mass confusion, right? to confuse it even more. And look, oh, the devil. What did I say? It is mind control, you guys. So I know that the actions is not great. Like there's a lot of actions that these people have done that are horrific, but I do see them as victims. I know that the people that yell at people for not believing in what they believe in or disagreeing are horrific, but I feel strongly that all these people are being mind controlled. And okay, so we were talking about it yesterday in our Zoom session, and we are saying that the medication opens you up to parasitic entities being able to attach to you. It takes down it fractures something to bring in something new. That was the tower, right? So let's pull on that. This medication, or even, yeah, let's just stick with that. The medication bring in the ability to get entity attachments. I just wish people would know that they're being manipulated in a really, really bad way. Like the stuff around the Epstein files is so horrific. Like if you think that they can go ahead and do all those horrific things, that they're not going to weaponize you. Chemtrail or medication. This is big pharma, right? So it's that structure of the old world that has put humanity into a box. The forest structure, it's a box. But there's a source of hope. Because no matter how much they try to put us down, we are fractals of God that cannot be put down completely unless we want to be put down completely. That's why it's the thoughts and words, right? So the medication, is it being taken? Is it like able to give you parasitic entities? So that is the cold hard truth coming out. And yes, the parasitic entities, it's going to bind your soul and put you in a place where you're not even aware that these things are happening, right? Big Pharma puts you in a box, right? There's people that are coming out with the truth right now, but people are in such a bind that these medications don't fix you, right? That's the cold hard truth, that these medications don't fix you. They actually create more problems, you know? And one of these problems is these parasitic entities. And again, with the young people, they're really attacking our young people and the young people, right? And you know what's coming through right now? It's the vaccinations. Yeah. And this is a hermit. The hermit is looking to the past. A lot of things. This is like you got to seek out the past. You got to look at the past. You got to deep dive into the past, but not even just in the past of this world. It's in the past. It's in like they're using dark magic, right? We've been told and we've been taken away from our magical knowing, our magical selves. So, getting goosebumps. So, we need to go back into the past to remember this magic. And then when we remember our magic, then we know that there is also, we live in a dual world. There's two different sides to everything, right? There's the good ones that we are a part of, but it can be manipulated and used. So I'm getting a huge confirmation. And also, this advice is that when you shine your light so bright, then nothing like this can affect you, right? When you are in your calm centered state and you are balanced, no entity attachment, no nothing can affect you. You don't need the black magic of the people. They do because they're dead and they don't like already like that transhumanism. They've signed on the dotted line, but we have not. We don't need to do all that adrenochrome crap to be able to have the antidote and to heal ourselves because that is part of our abilities, right? But it's been taken away from us right now. And this is what the hermit is saying is to go back and energize that part of it. How do we energize it? Is that we get out of this kind of like um things that we believe that have been indoctrinated into us by design. Then we go back into our center. Then we go back into our calm centered state. And then we start healing energetically, not with fucking talk therapy. And then we start to open up and energize our true selves. And then we start to create what we want instead of what they want. So, unfortunately, let's get some more clarifiers around the medication because usually, whenever I do readings, I always kind of go off on a tangent. Okay, so let's kind of revamp this. Does the medication open you up to parasitic entities? And this is big pharma. It's a big yes, right? That people are trying to come out and tell you the truth about the medications. That people are so programmed and in fear, really. Like, how can we get off these medications when they're telling you that if you do, then you're going to have really bad situations happen to you? Are these medications that, and the Page of Cups is that it starts in the beginning, right, with the vaccinations. So it's not that it's a new thing, it's that when we do this to the kids, when we give them these vaccines or when we give them any of these medications, we all do. I'm on meds, right? Not crazy harsh medication at all, but like, yeah, it is something that this whole collective needs to restart thinking. And that is this, me included, right? So that is this, work on that like inner ability to heal yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna get a couple more clarifiers because the kid thing just kind of threw off the reading. And then I'm going to, yeah, the fact that medications are here to heal you is a big illusion. It does a lot of damage. And again, with the Hermit and the Knight of Cups, is that fractal of God that's within us that's going to be the source of enlightenment, the source of healing. We've been giving our power away forever, and it's time to take it back. Right? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. And let's just get another couple cards. Spirit, is there anything else you want to tell us about this whole reading? I'm just going to get 3 cards. Wow. Things are really moving very fast right now. There is a lot of different agendas going on. You are in a place of transition, right? So yeah, I guess again with the fire horse and buckling up and just a call out to people to work from within. Work, it's an inside job. Work from within. Start healing your own self. Don't listen to all the different agendas going on. And if you do take a look, just look at it as entertainment. Don't look at it like the way that they want you to look at it and like give them your power and like get to the fear and all that stuff, right? So yeah, I hope you liked this video. I love hanging out with you guys. I really do. And it's not so, I like doing this by myself now. So yeah, I will bring you the next video. There's a couple things we want to pull on. I'm really wanting to do a collab with Bree and come join us in our free and public Telegram group. that's actually where I'm off to right now. So I will catch you in the next video.